إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وأحسن الحدي حدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وعياذ بالله من بعد. All thanks and praise be to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We praise Him, we seek His forgiveness and His assistance. And we seek refuge in Allah from the evil that is within our souls and our actions. Verily, whoever Allah guides, no one can mislead him. And whoever that Allah sends astray, he cannot be guided. I testify that there is no deity worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I bear witness that His messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is His servant and the final messenger. O you who have believed, fear Allah as He should be feared, and die not except in the state of Islam. O you mankind, fear your Lord who has created you from a single soul. From that soul brought forth mate, from both souls spread many men and women. Fear your Lord, through whom you ask one another for the mutual relation and the womb ties. Verily, Allah is ever watchful over everything that you do. O you who have believed, fear Allah and always speak what is straight and just. He will dispose your affairs and He will forgive your sins. Whoever obeys Allah and His Messenger has indeed attained the greatest success. Verily, the best of speech is the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the best of guidance is the guidance of His Messenger Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. And the most evil of affairs is the newly invented matter in this religion. Because every newly invented matter in this religion is an act of innovation. And every innovation is misguidance. And every misguidance leads to the hellfire. And we seek Allah's refuge from that. Alhamdulillah, we are guarded as we usually do on every Friday, in order that we benefit from the reminder that is being shared. This is not classes, this is not teaching. This is the remind. Meaning, when you are here, you are expected to be aware, to know. It's just a weekly reminder. The main thing is that we become people who are conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Perhaps we benefit from something when we leave, that we take something to implement in our life. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminded us in the Quran by saying, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ. He said, every soul shall taste death. This is nothing strange. This is nothing new. Even among the atheists, not even the disbelievers, they believe there is death. they believe their life will eventually come to an end. Even the atheists believe that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then He said, وَإِنَّمَا تُوَفَّوْنَا أُجُورَكُمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. And it is on the day of judgment. So it's not just the death. Death is just the end of life in this dunya. But it is the beginning of eternity. The journey that never ends. So Allah is reminding us, life will end. And the eternity, the new life that is forever, will begin. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, it is on the day of judgment that everyone will be paid in full. Meaning, the life that you have spent in this dunya before death came to you, whatever you have done, you will be paid in full. Then Allah said, فَمَنْ زُحْزِهَ عَنِ النَّارِ وَأُدْخِلَ الْجَنَّةِ فَقَدْ فَازَ. Then Allah said, whoever will be spared, meaning it is from Allah's mercy that takes you away from His punishment. Whoever will be spared away from the punishment of the hellfire, and he's made to enter Jannah, is indeed the one who has succeeded. Meaning the one who have lived a fruitful life before death came to him. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then said in a form of question, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. What is the life of this dunya except that, temporary pleasure, a deceit. Something you think is going to last forever. You think you're enjoying it. You think you're preparing for it. You're accumulating things for it. You're preparing for this life. Only that is going to come to an end. This is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to us. So this is something that we need to pay attention. As Muslims, every day we need to pay attention. We need to ponder upon this verse. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to realize this death will come to us. And when the death is going to come, nobody knows when. It's going to come at any time. Either you are prepared or not. So you have to ask yourself, what have you prepared for this? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, in so many parts of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept mentioning. He will say, Yawma idin, Yawma idin, Yawma idin. Allah is reminding us of a particular day, special day, that Allah wants us to be prepared for this day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, Yawma idin tu'radun, la takhfa minkum khafiya. The day that everyone will be brought back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there will be no secret that will be kept away from Allah. Nothing will be kept secret. Whatever you have done during your lifetime, whatever people didn't know you have done, whatever you know you did it, you thought nobody knew, that day will be brought forth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, He said, يَوْمَ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ مَا سَعَى. It will be the day the man will remember what he has done. On that day, he knew he did it. Death came to him. On that day when he's resurrected, he's going to remember when he's going to see everything, the stage, everything that was discussed about this particular day. He's going to see the reality. And that's the day he's going to remember. Wow, things that he has done. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again said, He said, يَوْمَئِذٍ يَتَذَكَّرُ الْإِنسَانُ وَأَنَّى لَهُ الذِّكْرَى. It is the day that the man will remember. He will remember all the times he was being reminded, this weekly reminder that we are doing here, all these times, all the Fridays he has witnessed, everything he has heard about this day, it is the day that he will remember. But what is the benefit in that remembrance on that day? Because if you did not work with it, you did not use it, you did not listen, you did not obey Allah, you did not obey the instructions, instruction on that day, there is no benefit even if you remember. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَى. Whatever the person will do or he has done in goodness, even the smallest, the size of an atom, that day he will see it. That day, whatever you have done in good, whatever it is, no matter how small it is, on that day you're going to see it. وَمَنْ يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَى. And whatever the person has done, the evil things he has done, even the smallest of it, on that day, he will be shown his deeds. Everybody will receive their deeds. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again said, يُنَبَّأُ الْإِنسَانُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِمَا قَدَّمَ وَأَخَّرَ. The person, the human being will be informed. Everything will be there in front of him. What he has sent forth. Whatever he has done in goodness, in evil, whatever he has sent forth, he's going to see it. And whatever he was supposed to do, he didn't do, he left behind, that too he's going to see. So everything will be documented on that day. So we have to be people who are conscious of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is where the consciousness comes. Always thinking about Allah, being mindful about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, preparing yourself for this day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala call upon the believers. Say, Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu, Qu anfusakum wa ahlikum nara. Allah has called upon the believers. Just as we are here, He called upon the believers to attend the Jummah prayer, and then we are here. He called upon the believers. He said, save yourself and your family from the hellfire. Allah started with yourself. You yourself, save yourself first, and then save your family from the hellfire. Allah said, the fire that has been kindled long time ago. This day that we hear, the fire was lit up already. Long time ago, and it's still burning. And the fuel of this fire is going to be people and stones. And upon this fire, it's going to be angels who are stern and strong. They are the protectors of that fire. When Allah commands them to drag a person to the hellfire and throw him, there is no mercy. They will not have any mercy for that person. They will not disobey Allah. So Allah made it clear to us, and then He said, save yourself and your family from this fire. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to pay attention. As we know, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he gave us some qualities or things that basically when it comes to choosing spouse, because before you get to the family, I believe most of us who are mature, who are here, are either married or been married before or have kids, at least. So this is the instruction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Save yourself and your family. So you have to ask yourself, what have you been doing towards saving yourself and your family? As we know, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned, he said, a woman is married, or meaning, these are the conditions, situations why people, when they marry, things that they choose. Her beauty, her lineage, her wealth. Then he mentioned her deen. That does not mean you cannot marry somebody because of their looks, meaning it is haram. No, it's not haram. You cannot marry, it's not haram to say, marry somebody who has good lineage, come from a good family, it's not the main thing. Or say, if the person has wealth, it's not the main thing. The main thing is that, the deen. Meaning the deen should be the foundation. If the deen is solid, if the person is beautiful, the person came from a good family, if the person has wealth, then indeed you will benefit from the goodness of this, because it's what? It favors from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But if the person has no deen, meaning the foundation is weak, then whatever that's going to come, the beauty is going to be a test. The lineage is going to be a test. The wealth is going to be a test on the person and also upon the spouse. Because as we see today, men who married women for their beauty, who do not have solid religion. She goes out without dressing properly. Even when he's upset, she doesn't listen to him, and he's scared to leave her. Nowadays that we have social media, she's there displaying her beauty for everyone to see in her bedroom. She lost the attention. You see, her beauty became what? Fitna. Not only for her, and also for him. Because the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned of the youth. The men without protective jealousy. Without protective jealousy over their women folk. Meaning, if their women are displaying their awda, their adornment, he doesn't care. If his women are mixing with men, he doesn't care. So she goes on social media, she posts a video, she posts her pictures, and then you have Muslim men who have no haya. They will say, MashaAllah, MashaAllah, beautiful. And then you have even some men who are happy. Some men are complimenting the beauty of his wife. The Prophet ﷺ said, these men will not enter Jannah. So if you marry such a woman without Iman, her deen is not solid, she's going to become test trial upon you. And if you're not careful, that's going to lead you to the hellfire. May Allah protect us from that. The same way goes with the woman. If a woman is righteous, but when it comes to choosing the spouse, because sometimes the parents will force somebody upon the sister. She doesn't want the person, say this is your cousin, this is this and that. They force that person to marry their sister. And that man becomes test upon her. Because that man is a dayyun. He doesn't care whatever happens. He doesn't care about the family. He's not protecting himself and he's not protecting his family from the hellfire. He doesn't even care. And then he becomes fitna to her. Sometimes such men neglect the woman to the point she finds herself falling into trials because she has to feed herself. It's happening in our communities. May Allah protect us from such. قولوا قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه إنه الغفور. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله أوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned at the end of Surah Kaf, He said, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, whoever is hopeful of meeting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the commandment is that he should do righteous deeds. He should do good deeds. And he should stay away from associating partners with Allah. Because the one who associates partners with Allah will lose his good deeds. So Allah said, do good deeds and do not stay away from doing what will make you lose your good deeds. So this is your work. The life that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you before death, this is where you have to pay attention. As we know, the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, إِذَا مَاتَ الْإِنسَانِ انْقَطَعَ عَمَلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ. He said, when the man dies, all his deeds, all his work, whatever he's doing, is going to be cut off, except three things. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam let us know of the sadaqatul jariyah, the continuous charity. Meaning, when you are alive, the investment you make towards your akhirah. What have you done as an investment for yourself to go and meet Allah? The Prophet ﷺ mentioned in a hadith, whoever is willing to meet Allah, Allah is also willing to see that person, meeting that person. Are you willing to meet Allah? Because if you're willing to meet Allah, Allah said, whoever holds willing to meet me, he should do good deeds. He should invest in his akhirah. Whatever you gain, the money, whatever you are getting, what have you done with it towards your akhirah? Are you invested in your akhirah? Then he mentioned of ilmun yuntafa'u bih. The beneficial knowledge that you have shared. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, to convey from him, even if it's just an ayah. Even if it's just something, one that you know, to convey, meaning to be somebody always conveying message that the Prophet ﷺ brought to him. This serves as beneficial knowledge. Because the longer or the more that knowledge keep benefiting people, you're always going to be earning reward. Then the Prophet ﷺ mentioned, وَلَدٌ صَالِحٌ يَدْعُ لَهُ. The righteous child, we have to pay attention. Righteous child who supplicates for the parents, meaning after death. So what have you done in terms of making sure your children are righteous, are on the path? What have you done? Because this starts before you choose your spouse. This investment starts before you choose the spouse. As a man, before you choose the wife, this is something that you need to consider. This is something you should be thinking of. Who's going to raise my children the right way upon the religion, upon the Quran and Sunnah? When it comes to marriage, a lot of people will say, what Aqidah has to do with marriage? Some people will question. A brother will meet a sister, his practicing brother, a sister, she's from a deviant sect. He wants to marry her, he's asking questions, he's fatwa shopping, asking different people. When he's warned, then he asks, what Aqidah has to do with marriage? The Prophet ﷺ said, marriage does half your deen, half your deen. So you said Aqidah does not matter. It does not matter. If you cannot agree upon the belief which is correct, which is certain, which is there, clear, you cannot have agreement on that. What else are you going to have agreement on? Nothing. If you can have the same belief, what else you going to have in common? Nothing. Sisters come with the same question. Oh, the brother is this, mashallah, Allah is a good brother, but he's from this sect. When she's warned, she said, oh, we are Muslims. What this has to do with anything? It has to do with everything. This is the foundation. This is the person who's going to be helping you or raising your children, who's going to make it easy for you to protect yourself and your children from the hellfire. So if you fail in choosing the wife, or you as a woman, if you fail in accepting who's going to be the father of your children, you already have fallen into the wrong path. This is what we see today. As a lot of us came here, we moved from somewhere else from here. A lot of us are following the disbelievers. We take their ways, their lifestyle, we are following it. You have Muslims, as somebody was mentioning to me, the mother and the daughter, they were going around this recently, looking for a place to hire, community center where they can hire for the girls' sweet 16. Muslim. This is the mother. She's going around with the daughter. They're looking for a place where they're going to have sweet 16, birthday party. You know, the way of the disbelievers. This is who you choose to raise your children. So you make your own work harder on you. Because Allah said, protect yourself, save yourself and your family. And you are failing already. When they graduate in high school, they have prom nights, where they go with their dates. Yes, myself have seen it with my eyes. Muslims, they were standing in the street, they had the limo. The guy was there, the sister was there, dressed half naked, taking pictures, while the mother and somebody else, they put on their hijab, they happily, they thinking they're doing something nice. Because you know our problem. Sometimes we say to ourselves, since we came to the United States, land of freedom, a lot of us came from poverty or extreme poverty. So we say to ourselves, I want to give my kids what I never had. What didn't you have? Did you have the deen? Have you memorized the Quran? How are you? Your situation with Allah? You're not thinking, I'm going to give that to my children that I did not get. But when you say, I'm giving my children what I didn't have, basically I'm giving them dunya. Dunya, the dunya that I didn't get. I was deprived from. That's what I'm going to give them. I did not graduate college. I make sure my kids go to college, regardless. Even if they have to take student loan, they have to deal with riba. I don't care. They have to go to college. They have to complete. They have to graduate. If my daughters, I did not get the opportunity to work. I was a housewife back home. I'm here. I want my kids to have corporate jobs. They're going to wear the pants, the trousers. They're going to mix with men. That's what I want. This is the life I didn't get. I'm going to give it to my children. This is what's going on today. I did not have my own room. I'm giving my children their own room. If their friends want to come, they're welcome. Go in. I didn't have computers. I'm getting it for my children. I'm leaving them with the computer. We used to go to the neighbors and watch TV. No, I'm going to put that big screen TV for my kids. They're going to watch Netflix, whatever, watch. The TV is raising your children. Whatever they see on it, that's what they become. So we think we're giving them the best of life. I've seen some people who post pictures. They go to Miami. They go to Disney World with his family. You know, she's displaying her outer, you know, her adornment. He takes pictures, he posts it. He's giving them the best life. This is what we call the best life. This is the reality of the Muslim Ummah today. So are we prepared to meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Because one day, that death will come to you and it's going to stop. Whatever you think you're giving, it's going to stop, it's going to end. Now you are going to meet whatever you have sent forth. And whatever you have left behind, the trial you left behind, the children, then now you're going to face the consequence. If your children becomes problem to their community, you're going to face it. Here's the reality. So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he mentioned to us, as he said, أَلَا كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّةٍ. So all of you are shepherds. Meaning, the one who is blessed with kids, you will become a shepherd. And all of you will be questioned over what Allah has given you, the amana to take care of. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, وَالرَّجُلُ رَاعٍ عَلَى أَهْلِ بَيْتِ وَهُوَ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِ. He said, the man, he is responsible for his household. and he will be questioned over that. Yes, the entire household. You stand in front of Allah, Allah will question you about it. So be prepared to answer those questions in front of Allah. And this is not a quiz. It's not about, let me practice and memorize the answer. It's not about that. Your deed's going to be there. And the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and then he said, وَالْمَرْأَةُ رَاعِيَةٌ عَلَى أَهْلِ بَيْتِ زَوْجِهَا وَوَلَدِهِ وَهِيَ مَسْئُولَةٌ عَنْهُمْ. And the woman, because sometimes when a lot of women hear about this, they think it's only the men who are going to be questioned about the household. Her responsibility, the woman, is to take care of the home. Take care of the home and the children. Because the man's supposed to go to work. Leave the woman behind. She takes care of the home. She's the one raising the children. She's the one who's going to be spending more time with the children. So if you haven't chosen the one who is righteous upon the deen, you're going to leave your kid with fitna. Yesterday I saw a video. Maybe some of you saw it already. It's going on the internet. Bible. The lady, she had a little baby, newborn. Had the little kid's clothes. They had the rainbow on it. And then she was saying, gay baby. She already made the child gay before he knew anything. This is who's going to be raising that child. She's making the video. And we know in this country, the women have power. The children have power. Yes, the men, you don't have that much power. So your work in this country becomes even more severe. Trying to make sure you protect yourself and your family from the hellfire. The work becomes even harder. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُضِيعُ أَجْرَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. Allah do not let the deeds of a good person to go to waste. Meaning, as Allah commanded, whoever wants to meet Allah should do righteous deeds. So the deeds that you're going to do, if you do righteous deeds, wallahi, Allah will not waste it. Meaning, if you make your effort, you tie your camel and put your trust in Allah. We go into Surah Kahf that we're supposed to read every Friday. The story of Musa alayhi salam and Khidr. Inshallah, I'll cut it here. After the whole incident, then Khidr, he narrated to Musa alayhi salam why he did the actions that he did. In these things, he said, one of the things he said, وَأَمَّا الْغُلَامُ فَكَانَ أَبَوَاهُ مُؤْمِنَيْنِ. He said the boy that Khidr alayhi salam, he killed the boy. He said that boy, his parents are believers. Meaning both of them, they are believers. And Allah didn't want that child because that child will grow to be a tyrant, to be disobedient, to be rebellious to them. He's going to become problem to the people. He's going to go astray. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because why? Because the parents were believers. They did their best, but this is their test. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Khidr alayhi salam took the life of that boy in order that Allah will replace something better, which is better. And we know when a child dies, before he reaches maturity, he has the chance to enter Jannah. So this is Allah saving the person. So sometimes when Allah take your children at young age, this is a narration of Prophet ﷺ says, if you remain patient, then of course Allah will reward you Jannah. So if that happened, even, this is a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then the next one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about the war, the leaning war. Then He also said, it is for two orphans that their father left for them. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَكَانَ أَبُوهُمَا صَالِحًا. He said, their father is a righteous man. So when you're righteous, you see what happened? Allah protected the treasure for these orphans under a wall. meaning they're going to grow, nobody will touch their treasure until they reach the age of maturity, and Allah will lead them to find their treasure. So you see, the dunya you try to give your children. If you focus on yourself first, as Allah said, you make yourself righteous, you make yourself a believer, then Allah will take care of your children. This is the investment. If you yourself make yourself believer and righteous and do righteous deeds, you're doing effort, whatever you're doing, making sure you yourself, you're doing what is right, then Allah will make your children righteous, or Allah will protect your children. Allah will take care of your children after you. And whatever treasure that you think you're trying to save for them, whatever, even if you leave a little, it will benefit them. Allah will preserve it for them to come and benefit from it. May Allah make us among the best of parents. May Allah bless us and our family. May Allah make it easy for us to protect ourselves and our family from the hellfire. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله. Imam, my voice. You see, it just went, I was like, seriously, it just went.